Lord. Vishwamitra knew that he was the Lord. Huh? And when Vishwamitra, that there is a song called Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narasha Dula Kartavyam Deva Mandikam. If you see Balaji worship in the south, this is a very prominent song. That was written by Vishwamitra. When we saw them sleeping, they were so beautiful. Ram and Lakshman. So he wrote that song that time. And then we had Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya was his guru, Ishwarapuri. In fact, Lord did not start his preaching. He had come here as a Mahavadanaya avatar, but he did not start his preaching moment until he met his guru. Uh, that Ishwarapuri, he got initiated, and then he started showing the ecstasies of Prem. Hmm. So this is the thing that Lord also accepts a guru. Hmm. So it is said by Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, that there are 5 basic principles of doing devotional service. First principle, he says, is accept shelter of a bona fide at the lotus feet of bona fide spiritual master. So there are only, when you do the worship of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are 4 bona fide sampradayas. So you can select a spiritual master from those 4 bona fide sampradayas. What are those 4 bona fide sampradayas? Can anyone tell? One is Shri Sampradaya, yeah. Kumar Sampradaya. Then Shri Kumar ho gaya. Or Rudra Sampradaya, very good. And Brahma Sampradaya. So which are the acharyas from Brahma Sampradaya? Madhavacharya and Lord Chaitanya. He is a acharya of the Brahma Sampradaya. Then who is the acharya of Rudra Sampradaya? Rudra Sampradaya is Pushti Margi, Vallabhacharya. Means, of course, Rudra Sampradaya starts from Shiva, Brahma Sampradaya starts from Brahma, Sri Sampradaya starts from Lakshmi, and Kumar Sampradaya starts from the 4 Kumaras. But in that, there have been pure devotees, acharyas who have come. So that acharya in Rudra Sampradaya was Vallabhacharya. In Sri Sampradaya, who was the acharya? Sri Sampradaya is Sri Rangam. Who is the acharya? Ramanacharya, Yamunacharya. And Kumar Sampradaya, who is the acharya? Nimbakacharya. So people coming in the disciplic succession gurus, those only we can accept as our gurus, so that we can achieve the pure devotional service of Krishna, because they have the knowledge coming in parampara, correct, which is very important. So we say this Guru Ashtakam by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur every time in the Mangalarati. What is that? Samsara dava nalalidha loka Tranaya karunya ghana ghana tvam praptasya kalyana gunarana vasya vande guru shri charanaravindam. So the meaning of this is, the spiritual master is receiving benediction from ocean of mercy. Just as a cloud pours water on forest fire to extinguish it, so the spiritual master delivers the materially affected world from by extinguishing the blazing fire of material existence. I offer my obeisances to the lotus feet of the spiritual master. So this is what we speak every morning in the Mangalarati. So what does this mean? That if you see a forest fire, there is many times no cause for the forest fire. उसका कोई cause नहीं है. It just starts. Somehow it starts. People don't know how it has started most of the times. Similarly, in our life, when we are going through our life, suddenly there are issues. We have never expected. When least expected, we get some issues, some disease, some problems, some relationship problems. We are doing everything perfectly. But that's the nature of the material world. That we have one problem after another. Because Krishna has designed this. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita what? Dukkhalaya ashashvatam. So that is the definition. It is Dukkhalaya and it is temporary. And in that we are actually trying to find some happiness by various means in our life. By having good marks in exams. by having good children, by having a good job, huh? By doing some social service. But happiness doesn't come. We are not still satisfied. Hmm? So, so in this forest fire, there is no reason. But what happens? Suddenly, the only way the forest fire can be extinguished is no, the clouds come. They're together, and there's a cloud burst, and there's torrents of rain. Huh? Fire extinguisher, fire brigade cannot extinguish the forest fire. When the clouds burst and there's torrents of rain, huh, then the forest fire can be extinguished. There is no other option. Huh? Similarly, when we are passing through this life, which has so many problems, padam padam vipadam, huh, that time when the Guru Maharaj appears, it is like the torrential rains of Krupa, by which this fire of material world, can get extinguished. So, here I am going to tell you the story from Journey Within. How many of you read Journey Within of Radhanath Maharaj? A few of them, all of them not read. So this is a very wonderful story of Dorothy. So Maharaj, in fact, the first chapter of the Journey Within starts with the story of Dorothy, which is told by Radhanath Maharaj. So he says, I was traveling in Florida, summer, in the morning. From Florida, he wanted to catch a flight to Washington, D.C. He was waiting at the airport lounge with other passengers. He was a sannyasi. He was waiting. And he says, I was really tired. I was put in a corner. I had done so many hectic programs and all, and I just wanted some quiet rest for myself and just meditation. But suddenly, one airport woman, crew, announced, hello, I am very sorry to tell you that the flight has been delayed by 1 hour. And all the passengers groaned, oh, what is this? The flight has been delayed. And Maharaj also said, okay. So, because of some issues. So, suddenly a middle-aged woman, she was dressed very in a polished dress, very polished dress. Middle-aged woman came and she was very angry. Her face was flushed with anger. And she flung the boarding pass on the floor and said, no, you can't do this to me. She shouted loudly. And suddenly all passengers started looking. There was silence. So who is this person shouting? And why is she shouting? She said, I don't care what you do. What you have to do, but just put me on that plane. So everyone was aghast at this outburst. They said, what this? And she was shouting and telling them. And then the passenger, the plane people, they said, madam, please stop. Otherwise, we'll have to call the security, right? And she looked around. She was very unhappy, anger. And she saw Maharaj. And then she walked up to Maharaj, and asked, are you a monk? And Maharaj looked up and he said, of all the people, she selected me. And all the other passengers, he said, he would a sigh of relief. Okay, it is sorry, but we were saved like the. So she called Maharaj and said, are you a monk? He said, yes, I am a monk. And she said, why is God doing this to me? Why is my flight late? So Maharaj said, why don't you sit down? And she said that she looked more confused than angry. She was more confused. And she said that her name was Dorothy. She was an upper middle class American. And she said, I was living my life very happily. Jaise. But saying samsara dawanal, forest fire. Suddenly, my husband of 30 years, I lost him. I was living in an affluent family, higher up, higher middle class. All my children, I lost them. Suddenly, and I'm now all alone. No one is there for me. And not just that, I was cheated in business. And my house on which I was staying, that house went to foreclosure. Means they went for selling. I was kicked out of my house. And all I have now is just this suitcase which I am carrying. And not just that. Can you imagine when misfortune can fall in a totally happy life? What can happen? She said, just 1 week back, I was detected with cancer. And that is terminal cancer. And I had only one hope, that I go to this Mexico, a particular clinic, and they are offering hope for that cancer. Huh? And this was the flight, and I was supposed to go, and today night I was going to check in into that clinic. Huh? And this flight was going to take me to Washington DC, and there was a connecting flight, and I had to reach there. Huh? And now this flight is delayed. And if I don't reach there, my only hope will go. Hmm? So don't think that such thing won't happen to us. They can happen to us as well. Just think about Ukraine. Huh? Happy devotee family. Huh? All the devotees were there. Hare Krishna was going on nicely. One sudden day, huh? Our counselor Shidama was telling, because he preaches to Ukraine. Sudden day, all the devotees, huh? That devotee was affluent. He had 3 flats, business. They had to leave their home and leave Ukraine and go to some other country in one day. Huh? So this is what happened to her. Hmm? And Maharaj says that I have seen many people, many calamities. I go to a hospital, Bhaktivedanta hospital, and seen many patients. But the misery in her face, which I saw, I have never seen in any woman. Huh? So she was that. Hmm? And this flight is late. Now I have lost my last chance. Huh? Then she said one important point which comes to the mind. She said, I have never hurt anyone. I have been a good wife, a good mother. I have given in charities. I have gone to church. Why has God done this to me? Huh? And now I am a situation where no one cares whether I live or die. My children are not there. My husband is not there. I've been thrown out of my house. Hmm? So Maharaj said, my heart was filled with sympathy. And she detected. And she asked him, do you care? He said, it seems you care, she said, because from Maharaj's face she could understand. And Maharaj says, yes, I do. She said, I am afraid of dying. I really am afraid of dying. Huh? So Maharaj said, then told her the philosophy. Hmm? She told her that Dorothy, you were the child earlier. Then you became a middle-aged. You became a teenager. Huh? Your body has changed. Now you are old. She was 57 years old. But you are the same person inside. Who are you? Huh? So he told her all the philosophy. He said about the car and the driver, that you are like a car. So she said, finally she understands by all that. It's a long thing. But she understands that you mean to say that my body is not me and I live in my body. She understands that Dorothy is not the body and she is the soul. And then Maharaj tells her that Mother Teresa told him one thing, that world is full of hunger, and the hunger is not of the stomach. Hunger is of the heart. Both the rich and the poor, they are hungry, but they are hungry for what? They are hungry for this love. They are searching for this love, and only God's love can satisfy this hunger. And then Maharaj explains her about the karma process, and says that you cannot blame anyone, it's your own karma. But she says that a little devotional service can free you from a lifetime of karmas. And by this devotional service, it can nourish the love of God in your heart, and the love which you are seeking, you can get there. And he tells her about the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And after hearing all this philosophy about karma, about soul, I am not the body, I am the soul, I have to take responsibility for myself to do devotional service, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when he says all this, then she realizes, she says, I don't know what is in store for me, but this delay has been good fortune for me, because it has allowed me to learn something from you. And finally, she writes down that thing on the sheet, and that plane gets delayed for 6 hours. One after the other, there is announcement, and this plane gets delayed for 6 hours. And after 6 hours, when they board the plane, there also the AC is not fully working, the toilets are not fully working, and the passengers have to suffer in that whole ride and reach Washington DC. And when Washington DC, Maharaj meets her, Maharaj says that All the passengers were cribbing, this, that, what is this? Only one person was smiling. Huh? And that person was Dorothy when he met her. Huh? And she says that she had spent the entire flight meditating on this mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And no matter what happens, I know now that God is with me. I can feel His love. I have found my real wealth and I am very grateful. So, can you see the transformation when a guru, Maharaj was not an initiating guru, just a Shiksha guru. She accepted the Shiksha from Maharaj. huh? Earlier, what was the position? She had lost all her wealth. huh? She had lost all her wealth. She was resentful. Why is this happening to me? Why is God doing this to me? She said, no one loves me. She was afraid what will happen to me. And what is her statement now? Maharaj writes in the book. Huh? No matter what happens, she was not afraid. I know God is with me. Now no one is with me. No, God is with me. I can feel His love. huh? I have found my real wealth. And I am very grateful, not resentful. So this transformation in our life happens when a guru comes in our life. There is no greater story I thought that this lady, just a moment's association with a pure devotee, said lava matra sadhu sangha. Just a moment, a few hours, and it just transformed our life. Similarly, when a guru comes to our life, tells about Krishna, our whole life is transformed. So I was just asking to a senior devotee, one of Maharaj's senior devotees, that Lava Matra Sadhu Sang, Lava Matra Sadhu Sang, they say, but even now I am still have so many anarthas, anarthas hi nahi ja rahe. So what is this Lava Matra Sadhu Sang? Even after we have so many stories in Bhagavatam, Lava Matra Sadhu Sang and Valya became Valmiki and Mrugari became a pure devotee. We are hearing from pure devotee Rana Swami, Srila Prabhupada. But why is the transformation not? I mean, so he said one thing, you don't know. Huh? At the time of death, you will understand what is going to happen. You don't know what transformation is happening in us. We know to a certain extent, but we don't know the full extent. That we will understand at the time of our death. But we know to some extent that transformation is happening. So I was in Mayapur for this Maharaj Yatra. After Maharaj Yatra, I went to Mayapur and I just met some Russian devotees, two of them. So we were just talking. So I was saying that, I said that after coming to Krishna consciousness, I was in India. So this, you are from India, Bharat Bhumi, you know Krishna. But after coming in contact in 1997, I joined my counseling group. I came to Radha Gopinath. I met devotees. Within a year, first thing I felt was protection, security. I felt so secure. I felt so protection, which I was looking in my life. I had parents. My parents were loving. But the kind of protection I felt, security, I had never felt in my life. So they said, you are from India, yet you are saying this. In Russia, all we were taught to do like this. All we did was 1, 2, 3. That's all. There is no God. You don't know what we are feeling. So when Srila Prabhupada's books went there, devotees went there, their lives were transformed. You can see so many devotees in Mayapur now. So recently I was talking that in Gaur Purnima, how do you get in Bhaktivedanta, I worked there. So I was saying that how do you get a room? No, you don't get rooms only in Mayapur. He said that outside there are rooms. No, outside there are some mutts, there are rooms. But all the Russian devotees, they book all the rooms. So this devotion, this thing has spread so much in Russia that in every town there are devotees. So that's what Guru, when you come to Guru, they have realized. So what happened when we came to ISKCON? When you have come to ISKCON now, you are hearing classes. Some of you may have Guru, some may not have. But when you start practicing, you have the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's body. So first thing I learned, which I did not know, even being in India, is Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. Funda clear. Earlier I didn't know. All Ganpati, Shankar, Durga, Bhagwati, my Kuladevat. But I did not know Krishna was supreme personality of Godhead. I learned supreme personality of Godhead is Krishna. He is the proprietor, controller, enjoyer. See, he is the proprietor. I am not the proprietor. I am not the enjoyer. I was the enjoyer, right? And I am not the controller. Second, we are not the body, we are spirit souls. In India, सबको मालूम है आत्मा आत्मा, भिखारी को भी मालूम है. हाँ? भिखारी भी भीख आत्मा पे मांगता है. But you really don't know, because until we came to Srila Prabhupada's movement, I was treating my body as myself. I knew it theoretically, Atma, but I never believed it. I did not have depth of belief. I came to know that I got faith that I am not the full realization as yet, but I am the soul, but not the body, right? Then second thing is another transformation is that the real Jivera Sarupa Hoy Nitya Krishner Das. That I am eternally the servant of Krishna, and the real happiness is in being the servant, not the master. I always wanted to be a master. I wanted to earn money for myself. I wanted to have a good family. I wanted to have this. I want to go to US, everything. But still I was not. But then I got the understanding that it is exactly vice versa. That Nityer Krishna Das, that you be the servant and you get the most happiness. Radical change. So this whole thing happens when a guru comes in your life. So that's why when we are practicing devotional service, and these people have facilitated us, Prabhupada is giving us this mercy, we should take it with all seriousness and aspire to come to the level of chanting your 16 rounds, following 4 principles, and aspire to have a guru, because after millions of lifetimes you got this association of devotees and a chance to have a guru. You should not miss this chance. This is because otherwise after that you don't know when you will get it. Another thousands of lifetimes, we don't know. So you have to be sincere and serious in your practice of Krishna consciousness. We have to be, even myself. So what are the qualifications of a guru? So I will talk about Guru Tattva. When you say Guru, Guru is actually Guru Tattva. Balram, who is the first expansion of Krishna, he represents Guru Tattva. So the Gurus are representing Balram. So there are various qualifications, qualities of a Guru. So what are the qualities of a Guru? I want people to participate. Everyone knows it. Many of you know it. What are the qualifications of a Guru? Yes. He should be in a parampara, one of the 4 paramparas. What else? What else? He should be born bona fide. Correct. He should be bona fide. Correct. That's one from the parampara. He should be bona fide. Very good. Anything else? Yes. What are the qualifications? Yeah. What are the qualifications? What should be there in a guru? Yes, preach as per the scriptures. Wonderful. And follow as per the scriptures, right? Preach as per the scriptures, follow as per the scriptures. Okay. So I'm just reading out. So he should be bona fide. Second thing is he should have the knowledge of science of Krishna. Most important. He should have the knowledge of science of Krishna. When you are aspiring for pure devotional service, the guru has to have knowledge of Krishna. Then he should strictly follow the principles of disciplic succession of scriptures. And he does not deviate from instructions of Supreme Lord in disciplic succession. So he never deviates from the instructions. And we have the example of what? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, I am just a postal peon delivering the message of my spiritual master in Parampara. I am not creating anything, modifying anything. I am just saying as it is. That's why he named his Bhagavad Gita what? Bhagavad Gita as it is. So, no modifications. In fact, in Srila Prabhupada's times, when he had so many disciples and they were glorifying him, he could have easily claimed to be God. He never claimed. In fact, when some of his disciples proclaimed him to be God, there were some 3-4 sannyasi. They said he is God, and they started saying everything. Then what did Srila Prabhupada do? He banned those disciples. You are not in ISKCON just to give a message. He banned those disciples and they were traveling everywhere, and that's a different story. And they preached to Indradumna Maharaj, and he came to Krishna consciousness. So then they afterwards they realized their mistake and they were taken back by Srila Prabhupada. But that is that. Second thing, Srila Prabhupada could have compromised on any of the four regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. In America, this is normal way of life. Intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, meat eating, tried from childhood. You are considered abnormal if you are not doing this. In that, if he said he could have compromised even one principle, let's say no non-veg, okay, eat non-veg, he would have got millions of followers. But he did not compromise. His followers were hippies who had rejected American society, and American society was also fed up with them. And they were living a lifestyle which American society was also aghast. What are they living? They are outcasts. But for them also, he did not modify the principles. He said, these are the principles you have to follow. And they are followed. Why did they follow? Because there's another quality of Krishna, Guru, is that he must be a devotee of Krishna and his representative. So when a person is a devotee of Krishna, a pure devotee of Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada was, he has the love of Krishna, and that love transmits to everyone. So they felt love from Srila Prabhupada that they had not felt even from their parents. Krishna's love, it is said, is like that of a million mothers. The nearest love which comes to God in this material world is the love of a mother for her children. And Krishna's love is like that of a million mothers. So they felt that love of Krishna through Srila Prabhupada and were willing to do anything for him. And Prabhupada was also willing to do anything for them. In fact, once Prabhupada had come to India, and this is Malti Mataji had written in one of her diaries, I think, some diaries I read, that, and then he was talking to some seniors, and I think Malti Mataji or some other disciple, lady disciple, Srila Prabhupada, mostly Malti Mataji, came there. And Srila Prabhupada told them that for her, I can slit my throat. So that was his love for his disciples, right? So that's what. So another quality is that he is a devotee of Krishna and is representative. He he is learned in Vedic scriptures. He must be a Uttam Adhikari. Uttam Adhikari means who follows the regulative principles very strictly. He has thorough knowledge of scriptures. He can defeat anyone in that knowledge of scriptures. And then second thing, he has a strong faith and ability to convert many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. These are the qualities of Uttam Adhikari. And most important is he teaches by example, which is what are the qualifications of a guru. Now, since it was Radhanath Maharaj Vyas Puja, I just wanted to share one thing which I heard earlier, many times back, that we used to go for this Pune Yatra in 97 to 2005, I think, right? 2005, 2006 it stopped, 2007 somewhere. And Pune Yatra, all of the devotees go to Mafatlal Bungalow. It was there a bungalow in Pune. And from morning to night for 3 days, there was katha, kirtan, dance, drama, question answers. It was like concentrated Krishna consciousness. It was so beautiful. And that time they had for the devotees, no, many devotees were staying in their house. Some of them were staying outside in the hotels and used to come there. And there were some 8 to 10 toilets, no, during the breaks, and people used to go for the toilets. So that time we all used to stand in the queue, right, for the toilets during the breaks. And there was a big queue and 8 to 10 toilets, and people were coming out and going in. And so Radhanath Maharaj came. He could have used any toilet in the bungalow, but outside there were some toilets. So he said, I will come in the toilet. He came in the toilet, and people, of course, allowed him, and he went inside. And after he went inside, he closed the door. And afterwards, he came out, and the toilet was spick and span clean. So he cleaned the whole toilet alone. So that was something. So we understood what it means to be the servant of the servant of the servant. He is a guru of thousands of. That time maybe there were 700, 600, I don't know how many people were there, 500 people. But he is guru of so many people, and he was showing by his example how to live. Huh? So that's why it said that in the Shastras, in Chaitanya Charitamrit, it is said the first quality of a guru is what? Yara dekhe tara kahe Krishna upadesh, amara ajna guru hana tara aidesh. Means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, instruct everyone to follow the orders of Sri Krishna as they are given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Hmm? Hmm? So, give everyone, so Guru follows what is given in the Shastras, huh? And he also instructs everyone to follow in the Shastras. I recollect, I was in Mumbai from 2007 to 2005, then I went to Pune for a job in another IT company. I was there for 6 years. So I found a difference in Pune congregation and Bombay congregation. Pune is also disciples of Radha Maharaj, but the way they talk, no, in Gopinath, I had this when seniors used to talk, they used to always talk. Maharaj said this, Maharaj did this. Radha Maharaj said this, Maharaj, so you should do this. Maharaj said this, Maharaj did this. Maharaj, and Pune, they were talking Bhagavad Gita. It is said like this. Bhagavad Gita is like this. Huh? So I realized then in Gopinath we had the benefit of having a living Bhagavad, huh? A person who says and lives exactly as what is written in scriptures. Huh? So that's why when devotees, they learned by looking at him, what he speaks, what he says, what he does was totally aligned to Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why they used to say, Maharaj said this, Maharaj said this, so you should do this, so you should do this. What Maharaj says is like Patthar ki lakir. Hmm? Why? Because he is a bona fide guru, a pure devotee who is following the scriptures in spirit. Huh? Hmm. So, so these are the qualifications for guru. He should be bona fide sampradaya, strictly follow the disciplic succession, know the science of Krishna. Hmm? And in nectar of instruction, it is given Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jivha vegam udarupastha vegam etan vegan yo vishaheta dhira sarvam apimam prithvim sashishyat. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of tongue and belly and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. Huh? So, what is a guru? He is a Goswami. He is not a Godas. Huh? So, Goswami is he can tolerate the urge to speak. Huh? Speak only about Krishna. Mind's demands. He can. His mind is under control. Actions of anger. He can tolerate anger. Urges of the tongue to eat, belly and genitals. So he has total sense control. So he can be a bona fide guru. So this is how you can select a bona fide guru. What is the time? We have time till what? Half an hour more, right? So now we will just come to the point. Now we know that why guru is required and who is a guru, what is the qualification of guru. Now, how can we progress in life, in devotion life? Samsiddhir haritoshanam, pleasing Krishna. Other words of pleasing Krishna is pleasing the pure representative of Krishna who is our Guru. Krishna doesn't come directly in our life. Krishna comes in life through his devotees and Guru. Krishna sends a Guru. When you are really pleased, when Krishna is very pleased with you, he gives you the association of devotees. And if you are sincere, then you get a Guru. So it's two-way process. You have been put in that situation. Now it's up to you what you are selecting. You can take it cheaply or you can take it seriously. So in one of the Vyas, this was a this was a class which Maharaj was giving in the house of Srinathji Prabhu many years back. And Maithili Priya Mataji in that class, it was Vyas Puja or near to Vyas Puja, some this session was there in his house. And Maithili Mataji sent him a cheat that what pleases you the most, Radhanath Maharaj. So this is very important, that what pleases him the most. We'll know that. This was a question. So Maharaj said, he said that Srila Prabhupada, Maharaj always quotes Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj says Srila Prabhupada for his disciples, many times for us, many times on many occasions, Srila Prabhupada used to cry and say that you are doing such wonderful service for me. My Guru Maharaj has sent you for me. Huh? You are helping me to in this mission of Srila Prabhupada. I am so grateful to you that because of you I can serve my Guru Maharaj. Huh? So he said, huh, that Srila Prabhupada, once he was asked this question, what pleases you the most? And Srila Prabhupada said, what pleases me the most is when you love Krishna. When you love Krishna, it pleases me the most. The Maharaj explained what it means. He says it means that when you sincerely follow the process by which we can love Krishna, follow the instructions of spiritual master sincerely, do not fight for with each other. If you fight with each other, it's a great disservice to Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada is happy, when you sincerely take shelter of the holy names, you overcome the differences and unite on the higher principle of Krishna consciousness. And you do the austerities. What are the austerities in devotional service? Of the sadhana. You do your sadhana strongly. You cooperate with each other and follow the regulative principles. When you do this, Prabhupada will be pleased. And that is the same way you can please me. Radhanath Maharaj says. So, what did he say? Huh? Okay, he said one more thing, but first I'll just repeat. Prabhupada said, what pleases me the most is when you love Krishna. And Maharaj explained this. What this means is you sincerely have to follow the process by which you can love Krishna. Follow the instructions of the spiritual master sincerely. Do not fight with each other. If you fight with each other, it's a great disservice to Srila Prabhupada. Overcome the differences with yourself and unite on a higher principle. Have a strong sadhana and do the austerities of sadhana, cooperation, which is also austerity in Kali Yuga, and follow the regulative principles. If you do all this, then you will please me. And then Maharaj said one more point. What really pleased Srila Prabhupada is when his disciples took responsibility for him, on behalf of him, and did many projects and followed his instructions and took responsibilities so that he could serve his spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada was so grateful. And Maharaj says that similarly, when you take responsibilities for me on my behalf, and help me serve Srila Prabhupada, then I will also be pleased with you. So these are the simple things by which you can really please Srila Prabhupada. So I just want to give an example of some disciples of Radhanath Maharaj. Many years back, maybe 15, 20, 30 years back, 20 years back, this was told in one of the offerings in Radha Gopinath only, I heard this. So once Anand Vindhan Prabhu came to Maharaj that time. They were all young, and you know what happened? In Mafatlal industry, shares have gone down, totally crashed. I said, what happened? How did it crash? Huh? So Krishna Chandra Prabhu, he just sold one of his companies because he was not adhering to the principles. Without asking Maharaj, just to follow the instructions, he just sold that and the whole shares fell down. His surrender was so much that he said, I have to follow Maharaj's instruction. Maharaj told him, we can be practical, no, not, but he just did that. His surrender was so strong, that that he just took that risk for his business just to follow the instructions as per the regulative principle. Something was not being done, and he just did that. So, following the instructions of the Guru Maharaj and the surrender to the instructions, and the service attitude is what pleases Maharaj. So, there is the story of Govind. Govind was a servant of Lord Chaitanya. Actually, earlier he was the servant of Ishwarapuri, and like Ishwarapuri served Madhavendrapuri, Ishwarapuri was the Guru of Lord Chaitanya. Like Ishwarapuri served menially Madhavendrapuri, similarly Govind also served Ishwarapuri menially. And when Ishwarapuri was in deathbed, he instructed him, Govind, that you go and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. And after the passing away of Ishwarapuri, Govind came to Lord Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he said, I want to serve you. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, how can I take service from you? You are my worshipable God, brother. Huh? You are the disciple of Ishwarapuri. I am a disciple of Ishwarapuri. How can I expect? You served my Guru Maharaj. How can I take service from you? So he asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, what can I do? Govind said, no, Ishwara Prabhu has instructed me. Huh? So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told Mahaprabhu that Guru's instruction is the final authority. If Ishwara Puri has instructed that you should serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you should accept it because your Guru has ordered it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just followed the instructions of his Guru Maharaj. Whatever instructions. Similarly, very important thing which pleases spiritual master is the service attitude. Service attitude. Recently, Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj, who is a wonderful sannyasi disciple of Radha Maharaj, had come to Bhakti Vedant Hospital, and just yesterday he gave this class, and he was talking about the need for having the service attitude. He said, don't lose out on the service attitude. Be selfless. That is where you get the real mercy. You get the real happiness. So Govind was serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with such a selfless service attitude. There is a nice story about Govind. Is that once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying in Gambhira, and he used to dance, and Govind was his personal servant, and he used to get very tired, so Govind used to massage his feet. So once Chaitanya was so tired that while going in the room, in the doorway, huh, huh, he just fell asleep across the doorway. So he's in the doorway, and there is no way, and his legs were inside and his head was outside. And Govind, his service was to press the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he could not go to that side, where the feet of Mahaprabhu was inside the room. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet were inside, he was on the doorway, and his body was outside. So what can he do? The only way he did is he crossed over and went that side. So he crossed over the body, which is sinful, crossing over the body of your spiritual master. If we don't, in India, we don't touch our feet, don't cross the body. From childhood, we are taught that. He crossed the body and he was pressing the feet. And then after many hours, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to his senses. He came to external consciousness. And he said, Govind, why are you still here? So many hours have passed. You have not taken your lunch. So Govind did not respond. And Chaitanya realized what he was sleeping. He said, why didn't you just cross and go like you came? He understood that he had come, crossed over Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and came. And why didn't you do the same? He said, how did you come inside? He said, I crossed over you. So why didn't you go like that? He did not speak. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood Govind's mood. His mood was that for doing your service, even if I incur sins and go to hell, it is okay to serve you, Mahaprabhu. But if I have to go for my own sense gratification, I fear to go to cross. So he did not do that. So that was the service attitude. So if you have that service attitude of selfless service, that pleases the Guru Maharaj. So here, so Govind had that selfless service attitude that he was willing to do anything to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but nothing for himself. So Maharaj once said that, Radhan Maharaj, that even by fitting a bulb, we feel that we should do big service, this service, that service, but even by fitting a bulb with the right service attitude in Radha Gopinath, you can go back to God. So Krishna is Bhava Grahi. He looks at this service attitude. So what is the time, Prabhu? 15 minutes more, na? So now we have understood what it takes to please our Guru Maharaj. So about book distribution, right? So Prabhupada was told by his Guru to write in English and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya. He has written so many books and they were so dear. He spent his entire life throughout the night, 9 to 12, he used to sleep, and from 12 till morning, he used to write, dictate for his books. He put such efforts for his books. Even when ISKCON was formed, he created BBT, which is the book distribution, a separate entity. He said that even if ISKCON, his followers don't follow, and ISKCON get dissolved, at least BBT will go on and they'll distribute books, and people will become devotees by reading my books. He had that faith. Just by taking the books, people at the movement will continue. So he kept their management separate. ISKCON, if it goes down, BBT will continue. My books will be distributed. He loved his books so much. Hmm. And he said, you can please me by how you read my books and distribute my books. Read my books. When I'm reading, when you are reading, Prabhupada is personally speaking to us. Prabhupada said, I have not written it. Actually, Krishna has dictated. Krishna has written and I am just dictating. So Prabhupada said that when you are reading, Prabhupada is actually speaking to him. And Chandramauli Maharaj once, recently, in few months back, he had come to Radha Gopinath and he shared a wonderful realization. He shared a realization that this came only once, he said, very in a humble way. He said many years back or whatever, he reads Prabhupada. So he was reading Prabhupada books. And he said, when I was reading the Prabhupada books, I heard Prabhupada actually talking to me. And Prabhupada was actually talking what he has written, the translation, the purport. Prabhupada was talking and I was hearing. He got the realization. So when actually you are reading Prabhupada's books, it's Prabhupada personally talking to you, instructing us. So we can, uh, so this is now book marathon time. So we can show our gratefulness to Srila Prabhupada in a small way by distributing some of Prabhupada's books. Here in Thakur village, they have the book distribution stall. I go to Malad for book distribution. I go to separate area. But you will find so much happiness when you distribute books. You go for book distribution, stand there. Even if one book doesn't go, you feel so happy. You are there. You feel humbled. You feel so happy. Somehow Prabhupada's mercy comes into your life when you go out to distribute books. Secondly, if you don't have time, you can sponsor books so that books can go to various people and you can get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada in your life. So there are various things which you can do. One of the things is participate in festivals, participate in yatra, do some service. So when the organizers here are actually serving Srila Radhanath Maharaj to serve Srila Prabhupada, right? So by doing some small service here, sponsoring some small prasad here, or just by coming here regularly and by encouraging the organizers, you can serve Srila Prabhupada, you can serve Radhan Maharaj. Very simple. Just come here regularly for the lectures. That itself is a service. You will encourage them. Just be participate in this. You will encourage the speaker. Many people come here, the speaker is encouraged. That is a service. When I am speaking, I have to do it as a service to Srila Prabhupada, to my Guru Maharaj, to the organizers, so that they will be pleased on me. I will get their mercy. So this whole thing is the service consciousness. If we do with that consciousness, that no, I have to come for the Saturday program because they are doing so much efforts. I have to help in some small way. That way we can access the mercy of Srila Prabhupada very easily. So now I will just end this. We have got 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. By a wonderful experience which I had recently. In November 1st, Satyavati Mataji, who is a senior counselor of Pune, in Pune, was a senior counselor, she passed away. She passed away by cancer. She's the wife of Jaidev Prabhu, who is a senior counselor of Pune. And they both, she came into the movement in 1986. She's so old. So Janva Mataji first went to Pune and she preached to Satyavati Mataji and Radhika Mataji, right? Radhika Mataji. And that's how the congregation started. And then Jaidev Prabhu, her husband, was initially not so favorable. Then after 3-4 years, he also became a devotee. And then they were the first counselors of Pune, and Radhesham, earlier Krishnan Prabhu was there. as a temple president. And then Radhesham Prabhu went there, was sent from here as a youth preacher, IYF president. He was IYF president and Krishnan Prabhu was the temple president. And then he became the temple president of Pune and he did the preaching and these people supported him very wonderfully in Grahastha preaching. So they have touched the lives of, together, they have touched the lives of thousands of devotees in Pune, indirectly, indirectly. Many of the current councillors of Pune are their councilees. When we went there in 2005, so Satyavati Mataji, she expired on the 1st of November, and we after a week 3 4 we went to meet them in Pune and we met their daughter. Their daughter is the principal of Gopal's garden. Huh? She is the principal of Gopal. She is their daughter, Yugavatar Prabhu's wife, Rasrani Mataji, right? And wonderful devotees. When we went to Pune in 2005, we were new to Pune. So we used to go to their house for Atharva. In their house in Atharva, it's called Atharva. Their building name is Atharva. Atharva program. Hundreds of devotees, more than 100 devotees used to come. Prabhu used to come to there for lectures. And she used to cook prasad with her team for all of the devotees. And with such love, she used to feed them. And she was a Kshatriya. She was a preacher. She was a Kshatriya woman. I mean, she had she was what she was. She had no, she did not pretend to be anything else. Very straightforward lady. She had 2 children, served her husband nicely, raised her children nicely, served the entire congregation wonderfully, and um, and helping the devotees in whatever way, no, and encouraging them. I remember when we were there, we got some brahmachari gifted us Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities. So she told my wife, Vrajdev Priya, you have got this, now you should welcome them. You have to welcome. And then my wife said, okay, how will I welcome? We don't know how to welcome them. So she said, don't worry, I will get the dresses for you. So she organized to have the dresses for them. No? And that the way deities were welcome in our house. She did whatever, she helped us. So that's how she used to reach out to others, that to help them. Then she was serving in that Radha Kunjabere Mandir. Now there is a big Radha Vrindavan Chandra temple. But that time there was only Radha Kunjabere Mandir, and she used to serve there. She was involved in many services. One of her small service was that they were doing fund collection. So she was maintaining a register for the fund collections. She was doing menial service. She's such a big counselor. She was giving so many preaching programs, Bhagavad Gita programs. She was doing so many Bhagavad Gita programs. She was well read in scriptures, preacher, loved preaching about Bhagavad Gita. But she was doing this menial service of keeping a count of the Lakshmi or donors and all that. So when Vrajdev, my wife came there, she's from IT background, my wife. So she said, why don't you do this service? So when my wife started doing this on the computer, she lost her service. But yet she was happy to give service to my wife because she could do very nicely. She gave that service to her. So for her to serve Guru Maharaj was more important. It doesn't matter who does the service. The service should be done nicely. That was her consciousness. Inspiring so many people to do devotional service, to take to devotional service. So she got this cancer in this 2021. She got cancer and it was detected in the US when she had gone to visit her son, and she came here and did a chemotherapy treatment, and she was fine for some months or a year. 21 she got cancer, right? And yet she was doing her preaching program, her devotional service. Recently, 6 months back or a year back, I don't know when my wife told her, I don't recollect. But she said my wife used to attend her programs online, preaching classes. She said her voice ऐसा ही है जैसे पहले था, no difference, same preacher. People will not even detect that she had this terminal disease, but it spread throughout her body, and she became very weak. And recently in October or something, there was some program in Pune where GBC program was there. I think that time only or whatever. So she was terminally ill at that time. So Maharaj called her. Maharaj called her and asked Satyavati, how are you? And inquired about her, no, about your health. And she said, Maharaj, I'm okay. And Maharaj expressed that I have to come and meet you. So she said, just hear what she said. She said, Maharaj, now you see a person here, a devotee, like Maharaj has said, she sincerely took the process of Krishna consciousness. She followed best to her sincerity all the instructions of Guru Maharaj. Hmm? Hmm? She cooperated with the temple even if she had strong some disagreements. Finally, she worked with the temple to make this congregation, wonderful Pune congregation, which is as big, if not bigger than Bombay congregation. Along with her husband Jaydev Prabhu. Of course, Jaydev Prabhu is there. Uh, she cooperated. Her sadhana was strong. She followed the regulative principles and took a lot of responsibilities on behalf of Guru Maharaj for Pune. A lot of credit goes to Jaydev Prabhu and Satyavati Mataji that this congregation Pune has become so beautiful along with Radhesham Prabhu. Everyone in Pune looks up to them as, as, as an inspiration. Brahmacharis, Grahasthas together. So she, after doing her life, was rightful heir to receiving mercy from Maharaj, from Krishna. But she said, Maharaj, I don't know where Maharaj was, in Vada probably or somewhere. She said, Maharaj, no need to come to meet me. I am an insignificant person. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this, that you should come here. I am very happy that you have talked with me on the phone. No. So Maharaj then came to meet her. And then Maharaj told to Rasradi Mataji, she was sharing with us that he told Satyavati, Satyavati, when you said that I don't deserve that you come, that time I decided I had to come to meet you. I had to come to meet you. And in fact, Gaurang Prabhu that time was telling them that Maharaj always was in what he was saying, I want to meet Satyavati. Every time he was whole uh, focus, his whole concentration, I have to meet Satyavati, I have to meet Satyavati, I have to meet Satyavati. She attracted the grace of Guru Maharaj by her service, by her taking responsibilities. And then Maharaj came, so 10 days back she met before she passed away. And then again Maharaj was in Pune, he was giving a class. And that time, before that, he was going to address thousands of people, maybe 7,000, 8,000 people were going to come. So he told Gauram, I have to meet Satyavati. Tell her tomorrow morning I am coming, early morning, tell Jaydev Prabhu, and I'll do kirtan for her. So 3 days before he passed away, Maharaj again went to their house. Maharaj did kirtan for them. And after the 3 days, then she passed away. Wonderfully surrounded by devotees. So many, the entire Pune congregation was there. So there I learned a wonderful lesson of learning that what it takes to get that special mercy of Krishna which we are all hankering for. That special mercy of Krishna which he never gives to anyone except the select few. By that mercy you can get pure devotional service and perfect your life like Satyavati Mataji perfected life. You need to follow the instructions of Guru, take responsibility of Guru, have the right service attitude, cooperate with devotees. She did all that. And at the same time, even after doing all that, making such a difference in life of thousands of devotees, being of such a high stature, like Krishna Chandra Prabhu is here in Gopinath, Satyavati Mataji and Jaydev Prabhu are there in Pune. In spite of leading a life like that, what was her consciousness? She did everything where she deserved Krishna's mercy, Guru Maharaj's mercy. And yet her consciousness was that I am insignificant, I don't deserve this. When you serve Guru Maharaj with all your sincerity, and yet you have this wonderful consciousness that I am insignificant, I don't deserve this, that time Krishna decides to release his wonderful mercy, the select mercy by which you can perfect your life. So this is what I understand from this, no, from this wonderful devotee. So I think I have covered what I wanted to cover. So why you need a guru is that's the only way by which you can do devotional service. Krishna you cannot approach directly, but only by a guru. Qualifications of guru: he should be in sampradaya, he should know the science of Krishna, he should follow it perfectly, he should have a living example. He should be a living example of that. He should be learned in scriptures. He should be Uttam Adhikari. It is also happens that sometimes a guru is a Madhyam Adhikari or even Kanishta Tekari, Rupa Goswami writes in text 5 of Nectar of Instruction that sometimes Guru can be a Madhyama Adhikari or Kanishta Adhikari also, but disciple will not grow that much. I mean, he will not attain the pure love if the Guru is Madhyama or Kanishta, but you will go to the level of the Guru. Hmm? So, he should be learned in scriptures. Uh, he does not deviate from the instructions given by the Supreme Lord or the Parampara, and what it takes to please Guru Maharaj, which is what we all want. Because our aim of life is what? Pure love of Krishna, which happens only when Krishna is pleased. Samsiddhir Haritoshnam. And Krishna is pleased when his most beloved servant, Guru Maharaj, who is the pure deity of Krishna, is pleased. So what it takes, huh? So what pleases you the most, Srila Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, when you love Krishna, which means, Radhanath Maharaj explained, you sincerely follow the process by which to love Krishna, follow the instructions of the spiritual master, do not fight with each other, cooperate with each other for a higher purpose, huh? Have a strong sadhana, do the austerities of having strong sadhana, cooperation and following regulative principles, and take responsibility on behalf of spiritual master with wonderful service attitude. So if we have do all this, then we can also get the mercy of Krishna and Guru, which we are looking for, and perfect our lives. As Srila Prabhupada said, in this very lifetime, we have these living examples of Satyavati Mataji and many others like this who have perfected in our congregation. So that's all from my side. So this is how you can take Guru Ashray. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.